Majo John Madden. Here's my long form from the Moctezuma Colonia about Mexican friendliness. This is a beautiful colonia here. That's an abandoned building there. Right next to it is the pop-up restaurant on several evenings, and it will be tonight on Friday and all day on Saturday and Sunday, that my friends Mario and Arubio put up from scratch every day, big tent. And I became extraordinary friends with them before I went to Xalapa 6 weeks ago. La Tienda Miscellanea, I just was talking to Vicky in there and explained to her that I have no money for the next week until I get my check and could I run a tab. I have become good friends with them in there and spent a lot of money there, and she said no problem. That little tent over there, right now it's being run by little Leslie, who's like 15, and her aunt Sol and her abuelita, her grandmother Esperanza, and they are so sweet. And it's striking to me because in Xalapa people were not friendly, and I got used to it, and the accommodation I made is it's like New York. There's too many people, too much stimulation. They have to pull back and protect their boundaries. But then I just spent several days in Cardel, which is much smaller. I still haven't looked it up on Google. I don't know how many people, but it's a lot smaller than Xalapa and bigger, significantly bigger than El Diamante, where I spent 3 months, where people are so friendly. It's like a rule, you have to greet everybody always. And over 3 months, they got to know me in that town and were very sweet to me. But Cardel, halfway through, what's their excuse? It's much smaller and it's unfriendly. Oh my God, I experienced it as both quite ugly town and very unfriendly. Now here, I'm knocked out. I'm knocked out by how sweet people are. They do know me. And just before I left what I call my power spot right over there on the edge of the hill, a guy came up and I recognized him right away. Couldn't remember his name. Ismail. He's probably the last guy I got to meet here. And he likes to speak English with me. And he's a really sweet guy. I a little bit wonder if he might be gay and if maybe something could happen between him and I, because I am bisexual but have never acted on it. But he came up and he really wanted to talk and was interested in where I had been. So how about me? How am I? The greatest affirmation, maybe of one of the greatest affirmations of my life. Buen dia, señor. Was my friend Perry and Gray in Asheville, who, when we were talking one day about some of my difficulties with my son, grown son in his 40s, she said, well, it must be hard to have a father who loves everybody. And I said, Perry, and how do you know that about me? I didn't even know that about me, but I have ever since. And it's bigger. I had a big spiritual experience 4 years ago, and I truly love everybody. And how to offer that, how to be available, and how to also have boundaries, because one of the guiding lights of my 3 years on the road has been Brene Brown's dialectic between open heart and solid boundaries. And I need both. And after spending a life as being maybe too nice a guy in some ways, but also a truth teller and capable of moments of bravery to protect other people, I'm tough. I've gotten really tough. I can stand people on their ears. And when this sweet little girl seduced me, basically, over the course of maybe 10 days, and she was into me, but not really. She had plans for me, partly to get my money, but partly for me to be her man. She wanted me to be her man, but without really caring for me or getting to know me. So I finally said no, and the critical moment came when she had just jerked me around way too much on the day that I said, this is not working, I have to go. When she just jerked me around way too much, I yelled at her, and I'm glad I did. I'm glad I did. I blasted her. And she took it as an excuse to take off and steal all my stuff and leave me homeless and down in Cardell. But it was the right thing to do, and I'm glad I did it. And then I sent her a long WhatsApp message that I turned into an audio for my friends yesterday, where I told that whole story. And I knew that she would not read the WhatsApp message, because she's not going to let any man rain on her parade, including the long messages I left her about why I had to let go of trying to be a couple. She'll never read that. No man is going to fuck with me ever again. And she thinks she wants a man, but I don't know how she's going to do it. So I really had to learn there, because my boundaries were way down. Oh my God, I believed I was hopelessly in love. It was pretty ungrounded on my part, and based on not really knowing her very well. But I'm getting to know me better and tougher, and still very open-hearted, and that's what I want, more and more and more.